you can insert a large variety of data types in your Excel spreadsheet. You can, for example, create dates, percentages, fractions, prices, and text values. You can ensure that these values are correctly displayed by using the format tools. These tell Excel how to classify your data and how to adjust its appearance in your spreadsheet. Now, once you start entering data into your spreadsheet, you'll see by default that the data is set to a general data format. You'll be able to verify this by going to your Home tab within your tool ribbon, and if you go towards the center, you'll find that you have a section labeled Number. Within the Number toolset, you'll notice above that you have a drop-down menu, and this indicates your data format. So if I select a cell and I start typing in values, I can see that automatically those values will be set to general. Now, this setting may cause your data to display differently than you wish. For example, I can see that I have a column labeled Date, and my dates are not formatted within a date format. To correct this, I can select all of the values within my table. And once I've selected my values, I'm going to go up to the Number toolset and select the drop-down menu. Now, within your data types, you'll see that you have an array of specific data types that you can apply. For example, if I go towards the center, I can see that I have two date options. I can choose between a short format and a long format. I'm going to select the short date format. Now, once I select this option, I can see that my dates now appear in my text as I would want them to. Now, this may be applied to other values as well. For example, I have purchase values that I would like to appear in a currency format. To do this again, I'll need to select all of my values within the table, and I can go back up to the top and select the drop-down menu for the data format. Now below, you'll see that you have currency as well as accounting. If you're using these values to create formulas and calculate the values within, I would recommend selecting accounting, whereas if you'd like to simply add a $sign, you can use the currency option. Now, once I select currency, I can see below that I now have a dollar symbol and I have a cents option if I want to add those values. Now, if you don't have any cents, you can also adjust the values by selecting the number format options below. I can see that I can decrease the decimal by selecting the decimal decrease option, and I can remove the decimal altogether. If I'd like to add a decimal, I can also select the increase decimal option to add those values to my display. Now, if you find that you've added a currency value that you do not want to display, for example, I don't want to show in dollars, but rather pounds, I can select the dollar option on the left-hand side, and you'll see that you can choose from different formats for currency. If I go down and I select the pound symbol, I can see that the accounting has been applied, as well as the format for the pound symbol. On the right-hand side of my values, I can see that I've inserted values that I would like to appear as a percentage. In order to apply this data format, again, I'll need to select all of the values below. And I go back up to the data formatting menu. And from the menu below, you'll see the option Percentage. As you can see, since I've added my percentage, I have decimal points which I do not want to appear. I can adjust this by, again, removing the decimals by choosing the decrease decimal option. Lastly, if you've applied a data format and it does not display as you wish, you can also modify the data format altogether. For example, I have a column with time. I can see that I have time applied, but I have seconds that appear next to the minutes. In order to remove this feature, I'll need to go to the data formatting settings. First, I'm going to select all of my values, and then I'm going to go up to the top and select the data format option. If you go down to the bottom of the menu, you'll see the option for More Number Formats. And from the Formats menu, I'm going to go to the left-hand side and be sure that I'm selected on time. On the right-hand side, you'll be able to see that you have different formats that you can apply to your time format. In the top left-hand corner, you'll see a sample, so if you select an option below, you'll be able to preview what it will look like applied to your data. Once you're happy with the format, you can select OK in the bottom right-hand corner to apply, and I'll be able to see my time is now displayed properly. So now you've seen how to change and modify your data formats within your Excel spreadsheet.